Hi folks, this is Kirkalmighty. This is now episode 16 in my PBEM game versus the Ironduke. Normally in these episodes, you see me occasionally do this, but normally I kind of cut right to the end here after I finish my turn, and I just kind of recap and show you what I done, show you the losses, show you what my strategy is. This time I'm actually, the beginning part of this video is actually going to be the beginning of the turn. I haven't made my turn yet. And the reason I'm doing it a little differently this time is because I've seen a couple opportunities here, and I want you to see what they are, and I'm going to give you just a little detail on what my plan is and see if I can pull them off. And then we'll jump to the end of the video and we'll see if it actually works out. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this and give you a little bit of where you can see a little bit more of what's going on. First I want to talk about Brest down here. I think I may finally have an opportunity where I can take this city. You know, before we get into all that though, let me go ahead and run the log real quick and you can see his video. You can see as you recall from last episode, I had him surrounded. He managed to beat me back in 2 areas again, but he couldn't beat back all my areas this time, and that's the key I think in this turn. It might be maybe the end of Brest, but let's have a look here. He had some dive bomber attacks here. They weren't very effective. I think my flak is actually helping out in that. Lots of artillery attacks. He pushed me back again over there. You can see there's the 2 spaces there where he actually pushed me back away from the city. He only occupied one of those hexes though. Moving our forces, reinforcing, yada yada. Okay. Alright, back to our discussion here. Now, Brest here I think is vulnerable now. I've got, these 2 hexes, all these infantry can actually attack. Now, in order to avoid stacking penalties, I won't be sending probably all of them in. I'll send the stronger units in. And I was examining these very closely to try and determine. Like this one, normally I just may not look too closely, and I just pick the stronger one, the 111. But then I looked at this one a little closer, and when I keyed into a couple things, look at the experience on the AT gun, look at that infantry gun, 94, and then 38 on the mortar. Now let's jump over to this guy. Brand new infantry gun. Mortar's only 30. Much lower experience on the anti-tank gun. Rifle's about the same. So it's just probably the readiness of a couple units here that's really affecting. The readiness really of the rifle is what's affecting that. I'm actually kind of thinking I need to go with this 105 and take advantage of the high experience on the infantry gun, the AT gun, and the mortar. And over here, it was kind of a similar thing. These units are much closer though, and I was actually thinking of going, I don't know, I guess I could go either way on this one. Anti-tank, 22 there, there's 3 mortar, 38 on the infantry gun. Now, these ones are so even. Now, the stronger one might actually be the way to go on this one. It's got the stronger AT gun, a little bit more readiness on the rifle, a little bit more rifle. Yeah, I may actually go with the 64 on that one and probably the 105 on this. These 2 armored units right here, even though they've just gotten some fresh reinforcements because they took a beating, the experience is not real high. Both of these guys, I already checked them out. They can move into this hex and attack that city. So I can go in here, I can soften it up with, I got lots of artillery around here. Soften it up with some artillery. I can move in with these 2 armor units, attack with one of these infantry, one of these infantry. I'll see where my stack points are sitting at that point, and if I can add one more infantry into the mix, I will. Then I'm going to attack Brest, and I think I may actually be able to take it. I have a very good chance of Brest going down on this one. The other unique situation I saw is mostly his army, every time I got these loose elements, and I also had a lot of fuel issues, which you can see I've pretty much solved that now. I haven't really had an opportunity to do something like this, but now I've got an opportunity. See this big old stack right here, all these units? I mean, we know they're weak. I've been beating them back. He didn't really retreat him again this time. I guess he just got to a point where he really can't retreat him anymore because he needs to try and stand his ground and try to hold this junction. So my units all just basically started butted up right up against him like this. So instead of having to chase him and then attack him with whatever action points I might have left, now I got him pinned. And what I was thinking of doing, I can take this this anti-air gun right here, this flak. I can move that flak here. I can take this flak and move it there. And this armored car can move back here. I can completely surround this stack. Hit it with some artillery, launch an attack, cause them all to, I'll kill a bunch of them, and the ones that retreat are just going to end up dying. They're not going to have anywhere to go. I should be able to obliterate this entire stack this round. It shouldn't be very difficult for me to do this. So those are the two things I really wanted to point out. The rest of the stuff we'll just kind of play by ear here. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video now, and I'm going to take the turn, and we'll come back and we'll just see how successful I was in these two predictions I just made. I think Brest is maybe 70%, 80% likely to drop on this turn, and then I believe I can wipe out that entire stack right there and really just move in and just about have this whole junction sealed up now. Unfortunately, I was not able to move him over here in the jungle the way I wanted. He was smart. He came right in here and just covered the road on this junction in the jungle. If I'd have gotten him in the jungle, he would have had such a hard time rooting him out. Out here in the paddies, he at least has a chance now. But if he can hold out for a while, I know he's causing him some problems right now. I think I pretty much just halted the flow of any heavy equipment that might have been coming into these units now. He can produce stuff in Mende, and Mende's probably spending half his production just producing supplies for this army right now. So I know I've caused him some difficulties down here. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and I'm going to take my turn, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back now. Let's see. Well, this was a success, and this was a partial success. I didn't quite take the city right here. Man, did I deal some damage here. I killed a lot of guys here in this attack. A lot of he had probably about 10 infantry guns there, and I killed just about all of them. These infantry guns, he had bunches of them there. Killed quite a few artillery pieces, killed 2 or 3 tanks, killed some of the flak here, quite a bit of the infantry. It was a pretty devastating attack, even though I didn't take the city. It'll be interesting to see what he does next turn. I don't know if he's going to try and evacuate the artillery out there down to Mende, or if he's going to try and hold it again and maybe try to beat me off of one of these squares. It's going to be a little bit harder for him this time now because he doesn't have as much armor as he did before, and you can see the readiness is quite a bit lower on the armor. Well, that rhino's pretty good, but a lot of these guys, look how low the readiness is. These guys over here took a little bit of a beating here too, so I guess we'll see what he does there with that. He's definitely going to be able to get me off all 3 of these. I'll certainly take one of them back or something. I'm guessing next turn I'll take this city. So I don't know if he's going to try and hold. Actually, I hope he tries to stay because it'll give me a chance to kill off even more of this artillery and whatnot. Now over here, I did successfully surround that stack, and attack it, and I wiped out the entire stack. There were, I'm not kidding you, there were 20 anti-tank guns in that stack. I think I lost like 5 armored cars and maybe a light tank in the attack because of that. But yeah, I took, well, let's see, I lost 2 armored cars and a light tank there. 4 more, it looks like maybe 6 armored cars, if they were all full units. Yeah. But, yeah, that whole stack was wiped out. There was lots of other bazookas in there, there were tanks in there, there was a lot of stuff in there. I hit this guy up here. Didn't quite dislodge him, but I did cause a lot of damage to him too. I think he lost a tank there. Didn't kill these artilleries, although I knocked their readiness down. Killed quite a bit of infantry. He lost more than I did, even though I didn't win the battle. And there weren't really... Oh yeah, I did. I took this right here. I was able to get a piece into here. I don't know if he's gonna use these guys to try and counterattack on that. He doesn't really have anything combat effective over here, not much to speak of. So if he does try to dislodge me from that, he would have to use these guys down here, which means that he couldn't use them up here. And this guy is not adjacent to the city, so I have a feeling he might use them to attack up here and not attack here, and only be able to attack with that. Unless he is able to drop some tank down. I don't think he'd just advantage that either. I have a feeling these guys are going to be able to stay here is what I'm getting at. Possibly next turn they may be able to, I don't know, I might be able to start working my way down here and try to cut this road, or maybe they might be able to work their way up here somewhere. Now I got a full surround here. I may be able to use that to my advantage to take this X next to the city too, to help ensure I take the city next turn. I'm pretty sure, I didn't know, I said maybe 70% this turn I thought it would go down, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go down next turn. I can't see it existing much longer. Now let's look at the really interesting part. Look at all the kills I scored on him. Look at these. Look at all those standard light tanks right there. Artillery. There's all those infantry guns around the city. Here's his 20 anti-tank guns he had over there. Bunch of flak I killed. Let's see. There's bazooka man over in that stack. Heavy artillery from the city. Killed a rhino tank. Heavy damage I inflicted on him. Have a look at the, there you go, here's the kills right here. You can see how my kills have just been spiking here. Rommel's been doing the majority of this damage right here. Let's see, you can see the size of my, total size of my force and power points. There's beginning to be a gap there. You can see how he's been falling and I've been holding kind of steady. Production, you can see where my production's really starting to peak up. That's because I've been hammering that one city with artillery, not letting it produce anything, and now I just took one from him, and I've been really kind of holding down his production there. So definitely things are snowballing, and the game is, I'm growing in strength, and he's kind of growing weaker, or maybe he's kind of staying about the same. I'm just getting, as I get stronger and stronger, it's more and more overwhelming to him. But yeah, this is I'd say this is about the end of the episode here. We'll wrap it up right here. And oh yeah, I did do some airdrops down here too. I think I neglected to mention that. But oh, it's late. Yeah, I think we'll wrap the video up here, and then I'll send this turn off to the Ironduke, and hopefully next turn I'll seal this junction off. There isn't much resistance down here unless he's got something rolling down this road right at me. I'm pretty sure next turn I'm just going to seal this junction off, and that's been something I've been working at for a while. And maybe I can go down here and take out this factory. That'll get rid of one of his gun factories, or at least destroy it or something, I don't know. But we'll go ahead and end this video here, let the Ironduke take his turn, and we'll just see what happens, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.